Usually when I start a section that connects with another section of satin stitches, I try to work from the line that doesn't have any embroidery, because it's easier to put your needle through here and through here than trying to hit the right spot here to come there, at least for me. But of course, practice, find your own way, find what's more and most comfortable for you. As long as embroidery is your hobby, you're not submitting it to any serious competitions or anything like that, experiment. Now I'll also show you how in many countries satin stitches are often worked. So as you can see on the top section, I was going always from one line, up on one line and down on the other. And here I'm kind of like reversing straight away. I put the needle right next to when I came out of. And why do I do that? Well, this method definitely saves you a ton of thread. Look on the back side. I barely use any thread here on the back side, whereas with the first method I've used a lot. You can say I've wasted a lot of thread. But both methods have their pluses and minuses. For example, this one uses less thread on the back side, but on the front the stitches look a little bit less organized, a little less stable. Especially when I take the work off the hoop, it might be that they will become even more wobbly. I have used a quite thick fabric here, so not necessarily this might happen. So it also varies on your, depending on the fabric you're going to use. But it's useful to know both methods, because for example, you've worked the whole piece with this method, but you're lacking a little bit of thread to finish it. You don't want to go to the store just to buy a short piece of thread. So it's good to know that this is also possible to do, how it looks. Again, it's a bit hard for me to hit the right spot. I'm trying to brush these stitches a little bit so they look more smooth. Definitely looks more messy over here. But, for example, this edge, when those two connect, you actually don't see those irregularities in the line. So I'll keep on working the rest of these stitches the correct way of using a satin stitch. So I've shown you how to work satin stitches on a symmetrical, in a symmetrical way, which means your area doesn't curve in such a way like it curves on flowers. For example, this is also satin stitch, but you can see it curves over here, the direction of the stitches. These are symmetrical, parallel to each other. I'm not the most diligent embroiderer, as you can see. I'm definitely more neat when it comes to plants and flowers. And you can see here inside that somehow it looks much better than this. I hope this was helpful, what you have learned here. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments or send me an email. And yeah, have fun with this stitch. Be patient. It's not the easiest stitch and it doesn't go so well straight from the beginning. And even if you have practice, it can still look a bit wobbly. So be gentle with yourself.